Okay, so everyone, welcome to our learning tutorial. So this is in continuation with the previous video wherein we were working on the SQL performance tuning part. So we have a couple of more best practices to be used here. Hope you have revised the previous ones which we discussed so far, and we are going to discuss this further as well. So coming to the next one, which says number 10, which is organize your data sets and schemas. So you should always make it a best practice to maintain an organized structure for your datasets, tables, and schemas. Create specific folder structure for storing objects like tables and maintain validity. Okay, so you can organize it in schema, tables, and for your different datasets. Okay, next. SQL performance training for apply union also. Whenever you are combining your tables and performing the union operator, so try to use union all instead of the union operator for better query performance results. So if you see clearly over here, I have applied the union on two tables, cities and country. So in city and country, when I applied the union, it took around 104 seconds to fetch the same results. Whereas when I have used the union all operator, it fetched the query results faster and gave me the results within 96 seconds. So that is again one of the best practices you should implement while using the SQL. Next is try to use the common table expressions as CTE whenever you are trying to use the subqueries or the joins, right? Before writing subqueries and joins, not fast at table scans because uh, table scans take a lot of time, right? If you fetching the entire data set, but then the need is only for 4 to 5 columns or 10 columns, or at a stretch maybe 100 columns out of the 1,000 columns in a table. So it will take less time to scan that entire table when you use the common table expression in your data sets. Okay, for the better query performance and the result execution. Next best practices. Try to avoid the order by clause because once, if it is essential to sort your data and perform ascending and descending order, don't you think it is going to take more time to sort that data as well, even after filtering, right? So that impacts your query performance uh, in on the back end, right? And it delays your query results. So in order to avoid the slow performance in your query, try to avoid the order by if it is not required. Okay, try to use it only when it is essential. Unnecessary, do not delay your query performance. Next is SQL performance tuning. So the order of the clauses based on the usage without aggregation. So this is the basic when we are not aggregating any query and we just want to perform it. So you can use it in this order, like select, then from, then join on a particular table with a particular join on table 1 and then specifying the condition like table 1 dot column name, which is the common or the mutual column, and then table 2 dot that column name to specify that condition of the join. Then use the where clause and the order by clause. Last but not the least, when you are performing the order of the clauses based on the usage with aggregation. So how can you do that? So whenever we are aggregating the data, we have to specify that aggregated column along with the specific column on which you are going to perform the group by, right? So you can do it in this manner: select, then column, then aggregate, from table, join if it is required on left join, inner join, outer join, right join, and any other type of join. Try to avoid the cross join for the Cartesian products because it is again going to impact your performance if necessary. And then specify the table, the join condition with table 1 dot column and table 2 dot column name, and then the group by column name. Having what? Having your condition, whether it is whatever column value you want to sort your data or filter your data on that particular column. So that is again one of the best practices. And I believe these are all the SQL performance tuning which are going to help you out for getting your execution results faster and better performance. Thank you for watching and wasting our precious time in learning. Let's quickly revise it again what all we have done so far. So number 1 is in the SQL performance tuning session. Number 1, avoid SQL distinct clause as far as possible to get the good results. We have seen the comparative results where it took 219 seconds instead of 200, more than 200 seconds, right? Then prefer where clause instead of having clause. Then specify the fields in the select clause rather than querying your data in the select star or select all columns. We can see the results over here. When selecting all the columns instead of writing select star, it took less time in the query execution and results were faster. Then next is order of automatic operators in this manner, and then you can control your result row set by using limit, offset, and top clauses. Next, sixth SQL performance training says use between instead of in. We have already seen the example in the previous video where it took less time using the